Hi, kids. It's me and Roxy Rue tonight, and Mojo Wilson is in the other room with his dad, and we're coming live from Nashville, Tennessee. And this is a kind of exciting night because tonight is chapter 7 of book 1, which is the final chapter of book 1. And then we're going to start up tomorrow night, book 2. Okay, we're going to start book 2, which is called Perfectly Unleashed. So the Dog Rescuers book 2 starts tomorrow night. But first, we got a lot to get to because I want to do a little recap of book 1, read you the final chapter. And I just wanted to thank all the kids that are joining us every night, big and small. We even have adults. Everybody loves dogs because we are making the world better one dog at a time. And here at the Dog Rescuers. And we love doing our nighttime tuck-in storytelling. It's been so much fun. We have kids all across the United States of America watching, and I'm in the United States. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. And we also have kids all the way in Canada. In fact, I know a lot of them because I'm originally from Canada. So a lot of my nieces and nephews have been tuning in live every night, and that has been so special for me. But we have kids all over the world. I learned today we have kids from South Africa. We have kids from Spain. We have kids from England. We have kids all the way from France and Germany and Switzerland. I mean, from all over the world tuning in where we can just have a lot of fun for about 15, 20 minutes before bedtime and just learn some great stories that I wrote called the Dog Rescuer series. So let's get Roxy Rue here. She needs to go to sleep. It's already her bedtime. So I like to put her to bed while we do our little reading so that she just also gets a chance to start to fall asleep. She's a good girl. Good girl, Roxy. Say goodnight, everybody. She just she just tucks herself in while we read. I wanted to do a little recap first. Okay, guys. So let's kind of figure out where did the Dog Rescuers series start out, the first chapter. So I'm going to help you out here. Abby, who is she's about 7, 8 years old. She is kind of mismatched. They call her a scruffy kid because her parents work really hard. She kind of takes care of herself in the day. And basically, she kind of waits for them to come home. And she's mismatched. She doesn't match her socks and things, and the kids bully her. So what happens is she's very, very alone until one day a little dog just out of the blue shows up on her front porch. And it's pretty incredible when this happens because they become best friends quickly as she actually figures out he needs rescuing and that we better find his home. So she doesn't realize that this little dog actually didn't just show up out of the blue. He has a master plan. And his master plan first is to get her cool next door neighbor to help out. This is Luke. He's about 10. So up to now, he never really paid attention to Abby until he found out she had this cute little dog she just kind of is rescuing. So he thought, cool, maybe I'll help out. And from there, Luke and Kiddo also become great friends. But Kiddo is actually not a lost dog at all. He has secret powers. He can actually send messages with his mind out to all the other dogs in the area, lost and confused, sad and abused, so they can come to his new dog rescuer and training house, Abby. Even though she doesn't know that. She doesn't know she's a dog rescuer in training. She just thinks she's rescuing this little dog. But Zeus gets busy. He sends out messages with his mind. And all the while, when this is going on, the very first character that comes along that needs to get rescued is a big, big Great Pyrenees named Zeus. Zeus shows up, makes friends quickly. And so now Kiddo has a partner to help find new homes. From that point on, we have a whole little adventure that happens. Kiddo and Zeus tell each other stories. Kiddo comes from kind of a rough background on the streets. He's a roamer, and he goes from town to town, and he picks an unsuspecting kid, and he trains that kid how to become a dog rescuer. And then what he does from there is he gets all the dogs in that town rescued. He tells them, come on and get rescued from this kid's backyard. And that's what he's doing to Abby. And Zeus, of course, was kind of abused from his farmers. So he answered the call to Kiddo to get rescued and find a new home himself. And as they go along, they feel a lot stronger about themselves as they're helping Abby. Abby gets posters out with Luke, and they try to find their homes, but they don't realize these dogs aren't going to find their homes because they don't have homes anymore. So when they figure that out, they actually realize, oh my goodness, we actually might have to find these dogs new homes. So we better get busy because we got to give them a bath. We got to train them a little bit. There's things that we have to do to get them ready so that we get them all smelling pretty and all ready to adopt out. And that's where we are now. Okay. So Abby and Luke realize, okay, these dogs don't have any homes. We got to find them new homes. So Luke's dad is a veterinarian, and he said, bring the dogs to my office and I'll help you get them adopted. So that's where we're at. They're actually getting ready to go to Luke's dad's office, the vet, okay, to have him help find a home for Kiddo and Zeus. But Kiddo and Zeus, they really don't want to leave Abby. They've grown fond of her, and they kind of behind the scenes are trying to make themselves irreplaceable to her so that she doesn't feel like she has to find them home. They want to stay with her if they can. So they're kind of conniving behind her back. So chapter 7, book 1, The Dog Rescuers, bullied no more for chapter 7. As one long week of preparation for Plan B mode of operation, find the dogs' new homes came to close, Zeus sat bewildered as the breeze blew through his majestic white coat. Not one hairball released itself from his well-vacuumed body as Abby put a harness leash on him. Kiddo came out looking like a stuffed animal, cute, fluffy, and perky as wafts of raspberry shampoo circled his well-bathed body. Don't say a thing, Kiddo said angrily to Zeus as Zeus held back a laugh. Well, you smell adoptable, Zeus replied. Abby looked at her 2 charges with pride, but she felt sad as well, not knowing where they were going to go next. She was having a hard time preparing herself to have to say goodbye, but she tried to remain strong. Well, fellas, I have to say, you did great in training this week. Now all we need is a clean bill of health from Luke's dad, the vet, and if we get that, we can find you new homes. But I'm going to miss you so much. You have become like family to me. I never feel lonely when you're around. You've become my best friends. I would keep you, but my parents struggle to make ends meet. They work very hard and cannot afford the food and vet bills, Abby admitted tearfully. But I love you enough to make sure you end up in the perfect home for you. Kiddo looked at Zeus and said, sometimes the most loving thing a human could do is to find a dog a new home, if they can't take care of it. She has come a long way, a true dog rescuer. And she knows unconditional love, which means sometimes finding the perfect home in the best interest of the perfect dog. Luke came up to Abby's front porch to help her walk the dogs. Here you go. Luke showed up with a skateboard, of course. While on their way to the vet, Luke, Abby, Zeus, and Kiddo decided to take a shortcut through Willestead Park. The moment to prove the dogs were irreplaceable came and presented itself. Bullies appeared out of nowhere and picked a fight. Zeus quickly treated them like sheep. He ran in circles around them and made them dizzy. And then Kiddo cleverly stretched out his leash. And with Abby on the other end, they pulled it tight, and together they tripped the bullies. The bullies scurried off as Luke yelled, "Run away, mean kids, because we have had enough, and you will never again bully my best friend, Abby." Abby shouted with shock and glee. "Did you see that? They ran away from me. And the dogs, we stopped them before they could bully me. That has never happened before. I'm stronger than I thought." "Well, yes, you are, Abby. You always have been. But the dogs and I have shown you that you have us here to help you see that. You should have told someone that you were being bullied, like your parents or your teacher or me, your best friend. It would have stopped way before now. You never have to feel alone. There is always someone here to help you. But you have to speak up, Luke reassured her. I will. I promise, she pledged. Does this mean because I have a best friend, I'll never be lonely again? Abby wondered. Luke nodded yes, as they continued walking to the vet and stated, I should have been your friend way before now, Abby, and I regret that, and I'm sorry. Abby turned to Zeus and Kiddo and said with happy tears in her eyes, Yowza! Did you see what you two did instinctively? You were amazing. You saved me, and I'm going to tell my parents. Kiddo looked up at Zeus and smiled. This is just the beginning, big fella. There are more of us coming. My telepathic messages will be received by several dogs, lost and abused, sad and confused in the weeks to come. We will need to set up a rescuing Plan B mode of operation at Abby's while we secure the vet's office as the perfect rescue launch site. I will need your help with the master plan. Like partners, for sure, Kiddo said. You mean like partners and best friends like them? Zeus asked while pointing at Luke and Abby. In seeing Luke and Abby become best friends, Kiddo looked happily at Zeus. Yeah, like them. So as you can see, they're giving each other a high five. Luke and Abby are buddies. They're going on to the vet's office. They gave each other a big high five, and to coin Abby's phrase, said, Yowza. Kiddo said, Abby unknowingly passed the first stage of my dog rescuer training. So here, the truth lies within. While they were busy rescuing us, we were actually rescuing them. The end. So this is the end of book 1. And a lot of adventures are going to start tomorrow night. New dogs are going to show up at Abby's yard to get rescued, and we're going to learn all of their little stories too, all their side things, all the craziness that brought them to Abby's yard in the first place to get rescued. And it's quite a bit longer book now, because as the books go on, they get a little bit more involved. Okay. So, I'm pretty excited though, because I got word tonight from the artist, Kimberly Cranfield. She's actually gone ahead and she has sent me a beautiful drawing for book 3, because right now I'm in the final process of editing book 3, and some of the characters' drawings are coming out fantastic. That's Captain. Captain works with the military. And him and his owner, or his trainer actually, they get a big Medal of Honor from the President of the United States. And I'm going to tell you what happens then. But you'll have to wait for book 3 to find out. And in the meantime, kids, you can go on thedogrescuers.net. Okay. The website has a whole bunch of songs for you. There's the Paw Club, where you can actually download things to color, and you can listen to the songs, and you can just enjoy all the stories about dogs. And I would love for you to get onto my Facebook page, and I want you to comment and send me pictures of your dogs, okay? And your cats, because in book 2, we start introducing a really cool cat character. In the meantime, let's take a listen, and I'm going to show you a few more pictures while we're listening to Kiddo's song, I Wish I Was a Big Dog. He gets a little jealous sometimes of the big guy, Zeus. This was co-written by Jeremy Bussey here in Nashville, Tennessee. Oop, there we go.
Some are looking for a place to call home. Some will settle for scraps and bones. Some got it made and some don't. Some might sit and stay.
Here's some of the characters coming down the pipeline.
Little legs
There's
know
Kiddo.
how to roam.
You already know Kiddo.
My dreams are bigger than well.
There's Zeus. You already know
Sick and
Zeus.
tired of being called cute.
There's Romeo.
Wish my
He's in book
size
2.
matched my attitude. Well, I wish
There's
I
Luke.
was a big
You already know
dog.
Luke.
Well, I wish I
There's
had some
Captain.
big
He's in book 3.
paws. I could run faster.
There's Samuel
to my next
Pennington
meal and
in book
master.
3.
I'm talking big y'all.
There's
Like
Chanel.
Santa
She's in book
Claus,
2.
I've got what you call
There's Birdie in book 3.
all-up syndrome.
Oops, there's another Birdie. There's some of the
I
cast.
bet I could get more
There's Shooter on the far end.
instead of just being patted on my head. Well, I wish I was a big dog.
You don't have to be a big dog to make sure that you're important and that people love you and we love you. And I'm going to see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. from Nashville, Tennessee. Joni Wilson, Roxy Rue, and we'll get you a little update on Mojo Wilson. His little leg is healing great and he's doing wonderful. He's with his dad right now. Good night, kids. Make sure you're good for your parents and wash your hands. And when you wash your hands, do this and sing happy birthday twice when you wash your hands right now. And everything is going to be just fine. Get lots of sleep, okay? And peace.